Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope you had a good day today. I had an excellent day. Oh, doggos, all kinds of dogs today. I get to sit with a little dog on my lap for 2 hours during quiet time. We get paid for that. Just sitting and pet a dog for 2 hours. Like, all right. It's almost like a dream job for a lot of people, myself included. so, I don't want to give off the sense that it's not hard work, though. There's a lot of hard work, but that part was just super enjoyable. Like it's all enjoyable, but that part was just like, this is what I got to do for 2 hours is sit here with a bunch of dogs and one on my lap and make sure they go to sleep. Okay, fine with me. So anyway, it was a great day. Hope you had a good day too. Um, what did I wear today afterward? Well, I went with Reinheit Parfum, Fragrance World's dupe of Fahrenheit Light Perfume. I can't remember if I smelled Fahrenheit. I know I've never owned it. I must have smelled it at some point in time over the years, and but I just it's lost in the fuzziness of old age. Um, but I'll tell you one thing. I like this, but we'll get into it. Hold on. So the first thing I'm going to say is that it's a very weak atomizer. I thought it was a good atomizer, but it's weak. Um, doesn't give out. It gives out a small puff of fragrance. So this is going to seem like a lot of sprays, but it's really a kind of 2-for-1 deal. Like two of these equals one regular spray. So I hope that makes sense. You can do the math. So I put four in my moisturizer, one on my back, one on each side, one on my front, uh, three on my chest, um, one in each crinkly elbow, one on the back of each hand, shirt on, and a couple, two or three, I can't remember, we'll say three on my shirt. Um, so I know it seems like a lot, but it's like I said, it's a 2-for-1 ratio. So yeah, so that's how much I put on. Initially, I am hit with, it reminds me of Fahrenheit. And for those of you who don't know, for some reason, maybe you started watching the channel or you don't, I am probably the biggest fan of Fahrenheit, or one of them anyway, you're ever going to meet. I love Fahrenheit. It was one of the first scents that I bought with my own money, if not the first, like the first real scent. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is expensive. And it's a designer scent, a Dior at that, right up there with Chanel and stuff. And it's like, oh, man, I'm classy now. um, and the thing I wore, I mean, if there was ever going to be a signature scent with me, this would have been my signature scent. I wore it a lot. I went through 3 or 4 bottles of it. Um, well, maybe not that many, three at least. Well, I'm on my third one now, so maybe my fourth one. I can't really remember, but a lot. Let's just say I went through a lot of bottles of it. Wore it like crazy. Wore it daily. It was pretty much the only one I had for a while, so of course I wore it daily. The only good one, or well, good. They're all good, but you know what I mean. The only expensive designer I had for a while. Um, and I loved it. You could smell me coming. It was people knew what I was wearing. And the thing I also liked about it is that not a lot of guys my age were wearing it. It was a few years older by that point, even. Uh, so while still very popular, it was more popular with like the late teens, 20s, and 30s. And here I am, you know, a 13, 14-year-old boy rocking Fahrenheit. Um, but the girlies loved it. The girls, they loved me. You know, Mr. Player. But yeah, no, it was pretty much my signature scent. I mean, I wore other stuff, of course, but consistently 3 or 4 times a week I would wear Fahrenheit. So I know Fahrenheit. So when I say this reminds me of Fahrenheit, I know what I'm talking about. For once, this really does remind me of Fahrenheit. Right off the get go, you get everything, even that gasoline, which really isn't gasoline, but I get the comparison. You get that smell. Um, and it's just gorgeous, gorgeous. Now that DNA is there, but there's also this kind of almost licorice, nutmeggy, pepper kind of vibe you pick up mixed with that Fahrenheit DNA. And a really, there's leather in the original, but this leather in this, and probably in Fahrenheit Parfum, I imagine, maybe even a little better, is a little stronger. The violet like I said, that violet giving you that almost gasoline earthy kind of vibe is toned down a bit, and the leather's amped up a bit, almost giving it a slight smokiness with that leather. It's very nice, very nice. And then it transitions into this more vanilla booze. Now, some say whiskey, some say bourbon, some say rum. I'm going to go with bourbon because of the soft spice wood that you can pick up in a bourbon too. You kind of pick up in this too. Again, the pepper kind of mixes and the vanilla, and all the while still keeping that Fahrenheit DNA in the background. And that's pretty much the scent, guys. It's simple yet elegant. Not complicated yet mesmerizing all at the same damn time. I know I went all poetic there for a second. Who's this guy in front of you? But it really is. It really is a nice scent. Now, if you don't like Fahrenheit, this probably isn't going to be for you. While it's not Fahrenheit a one for one dupe, of course, it is definitely Fahrenheit. You spray this on. As a matter of fact, when I went down to the store, because I wore it the other night too, because when I got home it was really late, and I had to go get some. Anyway, long story short, I was in Shoppers, and I was talking to a couple of the girls there, and I asked them, "Hey, what do you think of this one?" And they were both, "Oh, I like it. It reminds me of something." Literally, the words were, "It reminds me of something. It is similar to something I've smelled." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know it." And I'm like, "Keep thinking." I said, "It's a Dior." I didn't tell them what it was. I said, "Keep thinking. It's not Sauvage." Like, is that Fahrenheit? I said, yes, it's Fahrenheit. Oh, and I told them what it was actually. And they're like, oh, well, it does smell kind of like Fahrenheit. So it does smell like Fahrenheit. Um, just like I said, at the end of the day, it's Fahrenheit with a more spice and peppery, some more spice and pepper with a nice leather and a slightly sweet, peppery, boozy vanilla. Gorgeous scent, guys. Performance, here's where you might get a little tricky. It's not the biggest projector in the world, but then I don't, like, Fahrenheit is a beast. Maybe not the new stuff. I haven't tried it. Sorry. The last bottle I have, like I said, is from like 97, 98. So I'm not 100% sure. But the Fahrenheit I know is a monster. Projection, beast, performance, lunch. Oh, it's a beast. This projection's a little soft, actually. I would even say slightly less than moderate, not even moderate. Only about 45 minutes to an hour. Almost an arm's length out there, pushing, but not quite. And comes in and gives you a foot and a half so of a nice um, soft sillage, a nice bubble. And this is where it kicks ass, honestly. Um, this bubble lasts for hours, and you're picking up whiffs and wafts, and you're leaving a trail behind you. And it is just, and if there's any kind of breeze or anything, it blows it, and people can, it's gorgeous. And then becomes a nice skin scent for a while, and then it's kind of time to reapply. Um, so I get about 8 to 9 hours out of it. Again, projection is only about an hour. That bubble about 5 hours. And a nice skin scent, and it never really becomes a super soft skin scent. It kind of there, a couple inches off for a couple hours, then it's gone. It doesn't really get the chance to become a skin, at least not on me. On my clothes, about an hour longer. So, but I don't think it was designed. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Fahrenheit Le Parfum is a beast. I don't know. But I don't think this kind of scent, I think, would be a little overwhelming if it was a monster scent. I think it's designed just for that. The nice, not that people aren't going to smell you. Like I said, you're getting quite a bubble, and you're leaving a sillage and stuff. It's just I don't think it was designed to push out there and punch you in the face. You know what I mean? It's more of a, again, when I say soft but not weak, it's a soft scent, but it's not a weak scent. It has its performance. It's just not a super projector. But again, I don't think it was designed to be that way. So it's perfect that way. Um, so as you can tell, I'm fanboying all over it. I love it. I love anything Fahrenheit, honestly. Um, so you might want to take this review with a grain of salt, because as soon as I smelled that Fahrenheit DNA, I was hooked. Just boom, like fish. Um, or like Leonardo DiCaprio does to that guy in Gangs of New York, where he gets him down and he fish hooks him. don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's a great fight scene. Um, so yeah, but if you do like Fahrenheit, or even if you're just kind of on the fence with Fahrenheit, like, it's all right, give it a try. You'll probably like it. If you don't like Fahrenheit, just go get something else, because it ain't going to change your mind. All right, guys, that's it. Peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.